Ben sat on his bed, taking a nappy from his rucksack and trying to discreetly transfer it into his wash bag so that he could put it on. He'd had a good day, the National History Museum had been interesting, and Ben had been able to forget all about the earlier events of the trip. And, as it was a Saturday night, the teachers had taken the group to a pub not far from the youth hostel, where they had stayed until almost 2 o'clock, when they had all drunkenly walked back to the hostel. And so Ben had the difficult task of first putting his nappy into his wash bag without anyone noticing, not an easy task when you're drunk, and then he had to try and put it on properly. Which, as he found once locked in the bathroom, was not an easy task. His fingers fumbled over the tapes, sticking to them and then not fastening them tight enough. But after a few minutes of wrestling with the nappy, he managed to get it fitting comfortably. He pulled on his boxers and t-shirt, and, too drunk to worry about the obvious bulge, meandered back to his room. None of his roommates were asleep, instead they were all gathered at the window talking excitedly about something. "What is it?" Ben asked, going up to the window and craning his neck to try and see what was happening. "Richard reckons he saw a copking in the hedge," Nathan exclaimed, laughing loudly. Ben wouldn't normally have been interested in seeing this, but he was drunk, and more importantly he knew this sort of male bonding was important, so he laughed and made a big deal out of trying to get a closer look. "Ben," Mike whispered from behind him, "your t-shirt's tucked into your boxers at the back, and I can see your—" He stopped, not wanting to embarrass Ben by using the word nappy. "I don't think anyone else saw." Ben quickly untucked his t-shirt, praying no one else had seen his nappy, and feeling deeply ashamed that Mike had. And, deciding he didn't want to risk exposing his nappy to the rest of his roommates, Ben quickly got into bed. The plastic sheet crackled noisily beneath him, and he hoped the other boys wouldn't make a big deal about it tonight.